You've probably seen news recently that there is a leak in the Nord Stream pipeline. And it doesn't take a genius to figure out that it's probably not natural causes. European leaders are blaming sabotage. And pretty much everyone seems to agree that somebody attacked this pipeline, but really depends on who you are and who you're immediately laying the blame to. To be clear, we don't know. We can speculate, we don't know who attacked it. And there are different theories, but let's jump into a few of the things that are being said. First of all, this is according to the Washington Examiner. They say that the CIA warned about possible attacks on the pipeline weeks ago, which, depending on your stance, you might take to be a reasonable precaution because it's infrastructure that could be vulnerable, or it could be telegraphing that the US is going to eventually attack it, depending on who you are. I do know that we, in theory, could wait for more evidence. I'm gonna choose to do that. You know who's not gonna choose to do that? Donald Trump, who decided to jump in, not only with some baseless speculation, but also with an offer. So let's hear him out. He sent out a bleat saying, US leadership should remain cool, calm, and dry on the sabotage of the Nord Stream pipelines. It's a big event that should not entail a big solution, at least not yet. The Russia-Ukraine catastrophe should never have happened, and definitely would not have if I was president. Do not make matters worse with the pipeline blow up. Be strategic, be smart, brilliant. Get a negotiated deal done now. Both sides need and want it. The entire world is at stake. I will head up group. So he's saying that he wants to be put in charge of the effort to come to some sort of peace agreement between Russia and Ukraine, which is obviously ridiculous and it's never gonna happen. It also doesn't need to happen because, spoiler alert, the solution would be for Ukraine to become a part of Russia. Let's be clear about that. Anyway, he is asserting that there could be some sort of big response from Russia and tells them not yet, that they shouldn't counterattack yet over it. That's a weird stance when you're talking about potentially an attack against your own country. But also, let's be clear, Russia says they didn't do it. Tucker Carlson says it's insane to think Russia could have done it. I don't think that's insane. I have no idea if they did, we did, Russia, Germany did, I don't know. But Tucker Carlson is just asserting that we did it. So JR, the whole thing's a mess. We're in the immediate aftermath of this attack. It's gonna be very consequential for a number of countries, their energy supply going into the winter. But I just love these assertions of like who is to blame and what should happen as a result of it coming from people who have no more special information on the matter than either you or I do.
In fact, have a reason to lie about it for the sake of the folks that they were backing up from the beginning of this entire thing and how it's gonna be devastating. I can't believe people are trying to support these folks. Look, they're losing when they weren't. It's getting worse when it wasn't. But then when bad things happen, there was celebrations, ticker tapes, and all this stuff from people like, of course, Tucker Carlson. And now Donald Trump with his delusions thinks, oh, maybe I'll be put in place to head negotiations. Like, he doesn't believe that. He doesn't make any sense even to his brain. Because then if that was happening, how would he then play it? It's then like, look, the administration allowed me to come in and do something and change the world. That means you'd have to say something kind about them. He doesn't actually believe this makes any damn sense. Because before you were in office, this invasion didn't happen either. Does that mean that's to credit to Obama? There's credit to W, that it's credit to Clinton? Come on, bro. It doesn't have to make any sense. He's the new deity for the Republican Party. So therefore, whatever's said now is the thing you should think about. Everything else before that, all logic based around what he's saying, means nothing. Means absolutely nothing. But he's just talking.
Yeah, and really fast, I'm gonna reference a conversation that I had yesterday in the Young Turks with Cenk Uygur, where we were talking about this increased talk about nuclear weapons being used or whatever, in this particular case by Russia. And Cenk and I had a talk about if Russia were to literally, there's no ambiguity, we know that they did it. If they were to nuke Ukraine, I said briefly, stupidly, naively, that would be a line that even the propagandists in America on the right wing or the formerly left wing or whatever they'd have to say that's unacceptable. They couldn't possibly find a way to defend that. And no, Cenk convinced me that they'll find a way. They'll just say Biden shouldn't have put them in this position. It's the squad's fault or something, and that'll work. And then that night, there's a test of the theory. There's this leak with the pipeline, which again, is it impossible that the US did it? No, that is a possibility. Do we know for sure that happened? No. Is there any direct evidence of that? No. So you could just wait and find out. but they instantly leap to saying that we did it, and here is why Russia should benefit from this and all that. So just buckle up, because if the worst thing happens, if a nuke actually does fall, they're gonna find a way to use it for their own purposes.
More important to do that
Anyway,
than to actually care about the patriotism of our country.
100%, 100%. No, if we get nuked, they'll find a way to blame Ilhan Omar or something.